Hi, my name is Emily. I'm a maid of honor for my best friend this year, and here are my top tips for creating the perfect bachelorette in Tulum. My first tip is to create an itinerary. Now, the one I created was quite long, so I don't know if the girls read it all, but I really enjoyed making it. I spent a lot of brain power and months working on this bachelorette, so I just wanted to put everything onto one platform that they could all access and be able to look through the itinerary so they could understand the flow of the weekend. In my last video, go watch that, I talk about a template I ordered on Etsy, and it was really cheap. It was really easy to fill out. I put everyone's photos, I put our itinerary, I put playlists on there, captions for photos, I put room assignments, like everything you could ever need for a weekend trip to Tulum, I put on there. And I copy and pasted a bunch of cute photos from Pinterest. It was a very cute, very curated, and yeah, I would highly recommend creating a flow for the weekend, some kind of visual itinerary so the girls know what's up and they don't bug you the whole weekend asking, what are we doing? It just helps make everything more organized. 1000% book private transportation. There's no Uber in Tulum, and taxis are so expensive. So private transport is gonna be your best friend. It's not cheap, it's still expensive. But considering we were a large group of girls, like, we did get a deal, and I haggled them. I haggled the price down at least 30% from what they were quoting me. So don't be afraid to try and bargain with them. I got a pretty good deal considering we were being driven back and forth all weekend. But it's really nice. We had an air-conditioned an air-conditioned car. We got to play music the whole time, and it was just nice that we could all stay together as a group. So I highly recommend booking transport. I definitely would recommend going during peak season, which is December through April, which we didn't know about beforehand. Our bride said, I want to go to Tulum, and she gave us the dates, and so I made it happen. We made it happen, but unfortunately we went and it just wasn't as popping as maybe it would be in peak season. So definitely go in the month between December and April to really see a lot of people there, lots of partying. Don't get us wrong, like, there was plenty of partying, like, we still had a great time. It just wasn't like super busy. Like, there was one day we went to a beach club, we were the only people there for like 2 hours. The only people, this huge beach club, we were the only people there. It was crazy. People eventually started walking in, but it very much was dead. And we still had a nice time. We were just eating food, listening to the music, hanging by the pool, but definitely go during peak season if you want like proper partying. I would highly recommend booking the Esencias Villas in La Valeta. I'm covering the address for privacy purposes, but look them up on Airbnb. Sunny is a 12 out of 10 host. He was so helpful. He helped me book our chef. He helped me book all of our beach clubs. He helped me book our tables. He helped me book transportation. Like, he is that guy. He had so many recommendations for me. It was my first time going to Tulum. It was all of our first times. So I had no idea what I was doing, and he really helped. So he's an amazing host, but definitely check out the Esencia Villas in the La Valeta area. It's a whole neighborhood of villas, so definitely go check it out. Make sure that you bring bug spray and sunscreen. It is so hot. We were sweating our makeup off. Like, literally, we were calling ourselves melted chocolate by the end of the trip because we were just dripping sweat. So I'd highly recommend going barefaced to Tulum because you're just gonna be sweating the whole time, honey. Also bring bug spray because there are some bugs. There's, you're in the jungle, right? So you're gonna see mosquitoes, you're gonna see ants. A few of us got bit up on our legs. So just make sure that you bring bug spray. They also have dengue fever in Tulum, so please be careful. You 1000% need to do a boat day when you're in Tulum. The water is so beautiful. It's clean, it's blue, the sun is shining, it's hot there, so it's the perfect place to swim. The girls had such a good time. We booked with Riviera Elite. I highly recommend them. They have a ton of great private boat options. They give you open bar, they give you little guacamole and small bites throughout the trip, and we had a 10 out of 10 experience. The bottles were flowing. We had so much tequila, it was crazy. They let us on the ox, and we got to swim. We got to paddle boat. It was great. So I would highly recommend booking with Riviera Elite or doing a boat day of some kind. Now, this is important. I did a ton of research on each beach club, but the one thing I neglected was understanding which DJs were going to be performing every night. And to be fair to me, like, sometimes the DJs would change last minute, so you kind of wouldn't know who's going to perform there until like a day or two before. Make sure you know what kind of music you're walking into when you go to a beach club, because sometimes if the music's not your energy, the music's not your vibe, and you already paid for a table, like you're kind of stuck there. And so I highly recommend just like making sure you know what kind of music and vibe you're going into when you go to a beach club. You can do your research online. There's, TulumParty.com, there's blackandtulum.com. There's so many websites that list out the Tulum events that happen every single weekend. We went to a Black and Tulum event. It was so lit. They played Afrobeats, they played rap. We did hit up a club that was like one of the most popular in Tulum. I won't put them on blast, but it wasn't great because the music wasn't great. It was like house music and that just wasn't our vibe. So I literally demanded a refund and they gave it to me because we were there for 20 minutes and I was like, we're not gonna drink, we're not gonna stay here. Like, I'm so sorry. My girl's getting married, we're not gonna stay. And so they did give me a refund. I was very lucky. But yeah, that's a tip. Definitely know what kind of music the DJ is gonna play before you go to the beach club. If you don't speak Spanish, you'll probably get by. Yo hablo español muy bien. So I got to kind of translate for my friends throughout the trip, and it was very, very helppful because, I can kind of get the gist of like they're trying to scam us, or, I made sure to double check things. And they were all saying, oh, you speak Spanish so well. Like they always were a little caught off guard when I hit them with that Spanish. So definitely go with a friend who speaks Spanish if you can. You're gonna get by fine. People speak English there, but it's just helpful to make sure they're not scamming you or doing anything shady when they bill you. Speaking of bills, Tulum's expensive. These prices are not Mexican prices, they are USD prices. Like when you go to Mexico, you're like, oh, the pesos, it's cheaper here. No, non-Tulum, okay? This bill was $1,300 and some change. And mind you, we're a big group. We're like 11 girls. We were all eating, we're all drinking, we're having a good time. So therefore, our bill is large, but just keep in mind the prices are high in Tulum, so come with your money right. Another tip I would recommend is have one or two people pay for all the bills. I know that sounds like a big ask, but frankly, it does make your life easier, especially if you're the maid of honor or the person planning the trip, so you don't have to fight people for, please send me the bill you paid for, please send me the receipts. It's just easier when one or two people pay. And my last and final tip is do not charge the bride for anything. She is coming on this trip to enjoy herself. Literally, my friend gave me a location and a date, and I said, say less, I'll see you in a few months. I gave her a packing list, obviously, and I sent her the itinerary, a week before, so she had an idea of what we were doing, because she's very type A and she likes to know what we're doing, but she literally didn't pay a cent. I think she did give a tip to someone at a certain point because she was just being nice, but she didn't pay for anything. Like, I genuinely just wanted her to enjoy herself. She is planning a destination wedding right now. Her bills are billing, so I also just wanted to give her some relief as well because it's crazy. But as a courtesy, I feel like everyone should just pay for everything for the bride. Like, it's basically like her birthday. It's like her birthday, but she's getting married. So like, same thing applies. Just don't let her pay for anything. So yeah, those are my tips for a perfect bachelorette in Tulum. Let me know if you guys have been to Tulum. If you have any tips, put them in the comments below. But yeah, that's all for now. I will continue to keep posting content because I have so much content from this trip, but I will talk to you later. Peace and love.